goes on, kind of can a lot more information and people feel more credible. He doesn't even have to be paid to volunteer.
We said that we're gonna pair up with Franciscan Health, so we're hoping that some of the people from there would come over and participate in our event.
My mom actually works with Franciscan, and she knows like people that would be excited to help with something like this, so it's something that actually could be possible.
Do you guys think that Franciscan would be able to transport and let you use all that equipment for free for most of the day?
We would hope that the College of Health and Human Science and the College of Nursing would also have some available to use, so we wouldn't be getting all of the equipment from there. And if we do get volunteers that are physicians, some people do have like their own stethoscopes or the manual blood pressure ones. So we would hope that they could do that, and then whatever else we need would be able to be brought in.
Yeah, personally, I'm in the SNAPA, which is the Student National Pharmaceutical Association, which is a club on campus. And I know that we have professional volunteering events, and the professional students bring their own blood pressure cuffs.
Do you have a plan that who's gonna design the QR code and how much code you're gonna post in the public? And how do you make sure that the people will scan the code?
Well, that one that was up there actually does work, so if you would have scanned that one, it actually would have sent you to that site if you want to try. But, I mean, there's no way that we can, like, force people to scan a QR code, obviously.
Like any advertising plan for that?
Yeah, so one of the things we were thinking about is my floor, the RAs every week post something like in the bathrooms. So we were considering doing it there. And also every floor, at least in our dorms, has a bulletin board that you can be posted, so we would be looking there to post. And as for like the dining courts, maybe like somewhere that has a high traffic area, so maybe like the dessert table.
And I think something too is like, if you attend the event, that's going to be something we advertise there, because okay, now you've identified your risk factors. What are you going to do to keep that knowledge and understand why you have that risk factor and what you can do to prevent heart disease now? So I think if you're at the event, you'll now be more compelled to go find the QR code, or if you walk past it, like, oh, I want to learn more.
Do you plan to make this event annual at all, or is this going to be like a one-time thing?
We would love for it to be annual. I think we would start out with just the 1 year and see if it is successful. We were planning on doing it around February because February is National Heart Disease Awareness Month, and we also feel like February is close enough towards the beginning of the semester that most people would have time to also come and attend.
And follow up, if you do intend to make this annual, where do you think you'll be getting the funding for the years to follow?
Hopefully, maybe Franciscan would be able to pick it up, and if it is successful, maybe Walgreens or like some of our other people that we would be working with would be able to give us even discounts. So maybe instead of paying the $30 for the cholesterol test, we could get a discount and be able to provide and save money that way.
And also, like we've talked about, partnering like Tippecanoe County, the Purdue Extension has a Be Heart Smart series. So it's something that would fit so easily into that it might be something they'd be interested in helping us with.
What do you guys think that the main reason somebody would voluntarily like go to the COREC for this event would be?
I think like go to the event or
Why
volunteer
would they
at the
choose
event.
go like participate?
To participate. I mean, at least for me, I always knew heart disease was the #1 cause of death in America, but nobody really talks about why. Like, you know, for cancers, you need screenings, or you talk about your family history. But for heart disease, it's kind of like it is #1, but like why is it #1? So it's more like getting that knowledge and knowing that you are at a high risk at developing in general, and just like taking that needed step. And for college students, it's about starting early, because again, for me, heart disease, it's like too little, too late. You find out middle age that you have something, like you have high cholesterol, you have high blood pressure, and at that point, your only option is medication. So it's starting now. Be able to control those variables.
So like self-awareness. right?
Yes, yeah.
So would you like advertise that heart disease is the #1?
Yes.
Definitely, yeah.
So you said that basically the main reason for heart disease across America is either family history or a lifestyle choice. And so when it comes to, you know, lifestyle choice, basically, if someone, how would you, the program seems to like, it tells you if you are at risk or not. Does it seem to focus more on how to change your lifestyle? So I'm wondering if there's something that I missed.
So the point of the event, like what we were saying, is the screenings. So you would be identified, and then once you leave the screening out of like the map area, that's where we'll be talking about QR codes at each like a different table right near that when you exit. And at that table, you will also be informed about the QR codes, but also ways you can prevent it. So it's also going to be like, you are at risk, so now what? So you'll take your test in the testing area, exit, and then we'll explain what you can do now. If that answers your question.
And I think that's also kind of like the point of the poster presentations. These are students that have done research into heart disease, and so they're knowledgeable of that. So if you're waiting in line learning or about to go get your blood sugar tested, well, there's someone there who's done research on it and can tell you what causes it. So then you can kind of associate that and fix your own problem, I guess, or notice that now.
I know we had also talked about certain risk factors would be like color coded. So like if you had a problem with sleep, it'd be like blue, and then if you saw like the blue QR codes, those would be the ones that you would want to go up to and like scan and like read. So it means you're more attentive if you're like, that's the one that I had. Like that was the one I remember, that's the one from the event that I need to scan. And then you'd be able to like ignore the other ones for the other colors and stuff.
So I have a question about, you guys are doing a BMI station. So I don't know if this is completely accurate, but I've heard that BMI is not the most accurate way to like test someone for things like that, because like it doesn't account for like muscle and like all that stuff. So is there a way that you guys are also testing for that to make sure that the screenings are accurate?
We haven't really considered that, but the point of this is to test multiple factors. So if just your BMI was high, but you know that you are high in muscle, like on your, like you just know personally, you would maybe take that with a grain of salt. But if, say, you go to the next booth and your blood sugar's high and then your blood pressure's high, then you would kind of know. So it's not just you go to one test. We want you to really do all the screenings.
It's like the number, I don't remember if you guys, I mean, obviously, you can't have like a booth with family history, because that's like up to the individual, but is there any like, I guess, way to get people to like figure out that information? Like, I don't know, because it's like the number one that like people have, like, is the family history. Like, is there a way you can encourage people, I guess, to like check that out since it's so common and stuff?
I mean, I don't know, I guess for that one, it's just like taking your own initiative and asking your family. But that's definitely something we could like, at the event, say, oh, have you took a test and now you have high blood pressure or something like that. Maybe contact your parents and see if that's something that they have an issue with, that kind of thing. I don't like what you said, you can't really like have a booth on that.
Yeah.
Be like, let's look up your family history. This doesn't quite work like that, but I guess that's another one of those things that's just like you taking your own initiative.
And that's kind of like the point of this event. We want it to be a conversation starter. We want people to start talking about heart disease, not just accepting the fact that it's the #1 cause of death. So by opening that conversation as a college student saying, oh, I don't know, and then you're talking to your family about it, then more people are talking about heart disease and we're extending our reach.
So piggybacking kind of off of one of the questions from earlier about like getting people to like interested in the event, considering that like heart disease is something that's kind of scary, and I mean it is scary, and people might not necessarily want to know, like that whole phenomenon about like I don't really want to know. How are you going to compel people to, and like drive home like the importance of getting tested through like your advertising? Like, do you have a plan for that?
I think the social media component is where we're going, trying to make this event seem like cool, like go to it. And something that we've also kind of briefly discussed is we know the athletics departments here will do different events, so even if we could make a short video with 1 or 2 of the athletes and they play it for like 5 seconds in between, like at a timeout, that would also be a way, because a lot of people perceive athletes to be like cool and popular, so be another way.
And also we have the free merch that we're hoping to
Why are you interested in involving the community members at large, and how are you planning to narrow down who can come and donate?
For the community, we want to involve them as well, because we want to show that it's never too late to start. So even if you are getting towards that age where it's more prevalent, but as you saw in Murph's case, it was prevalent for him at 19. So it's a large age scale. So we want them to get involved, to know that it's never too late to start. We were going to narrow it down. We were thinking with the Purdue Extension and the Tippecanoe County's Be Heart Smart series, we would maybe help them lead us to a better target audience, see who they're successful in bringing in. And then for the shuttles, we were thinking of possibly shuttling from high schools, since they were more central area, so then it would get high school students to also learn about this, but also their parents, make it kind of like a family event.
Other questions? Going once?